the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my friends, and I mean that, my buddies, my pals, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Trailblazers in Portland. Taking a look at the Trailblazers, they're in 7th place in the West right now, and as we've gotten into mid-season, they're looking like much the same team they were last season. At least, that's what their record would indicate. Fellas, Damian Lillard has been thrust into the spotlight for his team, and he's responded to the challenge, putting up some great numbers. Kenny, what makes him such a tough cover?
Well, first of all, he's one of the most deadly shooters in the game. So now you have to go out and guard him. Oh, but by the way, he's one of the quickest guards in the league. So when you go up to guard him, he goes by you. Up, you put some more defense on him. He can actually dribble the basketball and change direction. Up, and if you don't stop there, he will dunk it on you. That's what makes him so good.
He's very smart with the ball because he was trained by Jason Kidd and one of my former teammates. The glove, Gary Payton. He knows when to pull up short. He knows when to use that floater. He knows how to get to the rim. Oakland right there, baby.
We got nothing left to say. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you later.
The Trailblazers play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Portland, Oregon. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. And of course, Alan Crabb. We need to find a way to overcome what he brought to this team.
Yeah, no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, Pau Gasol is one of the real humanitarians in the NBA. An ambassador for UNICEF, he concerns himself with a lot more than just basketball. Jerry West said of Gasol, you can feel the warmth, the goodness in him. A real gentleman. If you're around him, you can't help but like him. Kevin?
A gentle giant, David, for sure. Thanks. Well, you can never underestimate just how important depth is for a team, Brent. These are the games where you really start to see which teams have the strongest, sturdiest benches.
You also have to commend, Kevin, coaches that have a deep team and are willing to call upon those guys, and to see them step in and perform right away, it tells a lot about those coaches and what they've been doing during their practice time to establish that confidence and get results immediately.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for San Antonio, Parker and Green, the tried and tested backcourt. Leonard and Aldridge, the two stars at the 3 and the 4. And it's Gasol at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And the basket is good. Harkless has got the first points on the scoreboard for the Trailblazers.
I mean, the guy just flat out competes, incredibly aggressive on the offensive glass and the stick back.
Parker dishes to Leonard. Count it.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Lillard against Parker. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Goes back up. That shot off the mark. Good work defensively by Gasol. Outside Leonard. Back to Parker. And stolen by Lillard. First quarter, just over a minute played. Aminu, no one around him. Misses the 3.
And they've had some good looks, but can't seem to get it going here. 1 for 5. Tough way to start it.
And Aminu slams it in.
And the one thing you don't want to give the athletic Aminu, an opening to the rim.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Gasol kicks to Parker. Aldridge inside, defended by Harkless. And it's Aldridge missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And here is Parker. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Green kicks to Aldridge. Spurs passing it around. Gasol inside. Working on Nurkic. It's good.
And Gasol excels from that mid-range area. If you leave him open from there, you're going to pay the price.
Inside. And Nurkic gets it to go. Nurkic has got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Hey, paid attention in arts and crafts school right there. Didn't have to work very hard at all for that one.
Now here's Leonard. 20 points for him last game against the Clippers. Over in the corner, Green. Turner with the steal. Lillard outside. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. In fourth, the Spurs.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Parker against Lillard. Here's Leonard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, coming into the league, Kawhi Leonard was not a perimeter shooter, but he's developed into one of the league's finest. No longer a spot-up threat, though. He can create some offense on the block, able to handle the ball, and bully smaller players with that massive frame at 230, just moving defenders around.
And he knocks down the first one. And Brent, you look at the growing offensive role for Kawhi Leonard. For as many touches as he gets, he hardly ever turns the ball over.
Well, have you seen his hands, Kevin? How would you get the ball away from those things? You just don't find players who can score in isolation, space the floor, and protect the ball as well as he does.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Always a steady hand there at the free throw line.
Here's Turner. 9 points last game. Lillard outside. Takes a three. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. Turner's got his third assist on the night. Spurs trail by 5. Parker passes to Green. Aldridge kicks to Parker. The three. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Portland.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
Trailblazers leading by 5. It's stolen by Green. Aldridge dishes to Parker. To the inside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Aminu. Here's Lillard. That shot missing. Nice D from Aldridge. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take a whole lot of effort for Gasol to dunk it home. At 7 feet tall, he uses his height to power home those jams.
Now here's Turner. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Good work there as it goes.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Lillard against Parker. Gasol screen. Parker kicks to Green. Here's Aldridge. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Not many, if any, bigs in the league have a more proficient mid-range game. Aldridge with the soft touch there.
Turner against Green. And Turner kicks to Harkless. 5 on the clock. Here's Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing.
Yeah, that was $1 million crossover to free him up, but that finish, I'd give him 50 cents.
This all no good. Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to the Clippers.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
Yeah, and as poorly as they were shooting the three tonight, they couldn't afford to just keep letting those things rip. They waited for too long to get the offense to other areas of the floor.
Leonard, no luck. Trailblazers leading by 5. Harkless the pass to Lillard. He dishes it to Aminu. Off target from three-point range. The Spurs have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Aldridge down low. Defended by Harkless. Aldridge misses.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And the foul called on Daniel Green. That is his first foul of the game. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Yeah, it was not disastrous. They did have some very good stretches in that game, but they just could not sustain it for as long as they needed.
And Brett, you played at Oregon State in Corvallis a couple hours away. What was your experience like living around here?
Well, pretty amazing to watch the Trailblazers while I was a collegiate player, Kevin, and to see the likes of Clyde Drexler, Terry Porter, Kevin Duckworth, Buck Williams, an amazing group that made some deep runs into the playoffs, even appearing in the finals against the Pistons.
Screen by Nurkic. Green with the block.
It's not talked about often enough, but Green averages more blocks per game than almost all other backcourt players.
Pass to Harkless. Back to Nurkic. Second chance shot. Spurs trail by 5. Leonard on the wing. Back to Green. His first shot coming late. And no good that time. Good work defensively by Turner. Lillard outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 8 points.
And that's what Lillard's going to bring to this offense. Sharp shooting from anywhere on the floor, especially from deep.
Parker outside. He can't get it to go. And it's Portland the other way.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Parker against Lillard. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his second basket of the night. Spurs trail by 10. Parker outside. Leonard on the wing to stop the run. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And you ask Greg Popovich's coach. He says he's never coached a player who improved as rapidly as Kawhi Leonard.
And that's saying a lot. Remember, Tim Duncan won the Finals MVP in his second season playing alongside David Robinson. But by all accounts, Kawhi is just a tireless worker. You know, while he was at San Diego State, Kevin, he brought 2 lamps from home to the gymnasium because they wouldn't turn on the lights early enough for him to get his workouts in. Now, that's what I call a gym rat.
A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. When you look around, we see a lot more face-up power forwards than in decades past. That's what teams are looking for, wouldn't you say?
I'd say teams are looking for, Kevin, guys who at the 4 and 5 spot can help a team move the ball from strong side to weak side, be able to read some defenses, make proper passes, and then set screens and be a presence on the roll. That's absolutely at the 4 and 5 spot what teams are trying to find today.
But do you think players now, Brent, are smarter than they were coming in?
I don't know how to check the report cards, Kevin. No, the players, because of their versatility, and I think growing up not playing back to the basket and being asked to do a lot more things that require guard skills when they come into the game and coaches are asking them to do these things, they're more than capable of doing that.
Ginobili can't hit.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
San Antonio making a switch here. Lee's checked in. Trailblazers leading by 8. Here's Napier. 14 points from him the last game against Dallas. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession.
And checking out the stats for Gay, his last 10 games, he's putting up about 16 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
Here's Napier, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Connaughton kicks to Vonleh, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, you talk about potential. Noah Vonleh certainly intrigues.
Well, you look at tools, a 7'4" wingspan, and the second biggest hands ever measured at the combine. You add his mobility, lateral quickness. He just needs some time. Once he gets time, he'll get confidence, and we'll see Noah Vonleh do some things in this league.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And you look at the Spurs' incredible run, that combination of Duncan and Ginobili and Parker. It's the winningest postseason combination, that trio in NBA history.
Well, we know that Tim Duncan and Greg Popovich had the longest player-coach partnership in league history. And it's also been interesting, Kevin, how each one of those players has taken on different responsibilities as a leader of the ball club throughout the course of their careers.
Now here's Mills. 9-point game his last outing. Gay right side. Here's Laverne. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Once Laverne gets positioned down low, it's pretty much game over. Hard to root him out.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And his average at the line stands at about 79% right now. So solid numbers in that department.
That free throw good from Laverne.
And when you look at the Spurs, it's about the offensive philosophy in terms of ball movement. You look at the numbers, players shoot much more efficiently off of the catch than they do with the dribble. The Spurs exemplify the good to great in ball movement.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
Now here's Lee. 11 points for him in that last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. And the wide open shot from Ginobili off target from three-point range. And the Spurs offense, just beautiful basketball. They call it good to great. You pass up a good shot to set up your teammate with a great shot.
Well, I think what they do well, Kevin, is always explore what it is they can get to first. If it happens in the first 6 seconds, they'll take advantage of you. And if they don't, they'll get into the half court, run multiple pick and rolls, and every time somebody needs an outlet, there's a guy in the right spot to bail you out on the possession. It's often beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
You just don't want to get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense.
And San Antonio has possession. A 12-point game. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
And they swept the season series against this group last season. Pretty impressive stuff.
And really, the Spurs, for most of Manu Ginobili's career, have limited his minutes. Last season, the least minutes of his career, and the Spurs look to keep him fresh and healthy come playoff time so he can be a major contributor.
He hits the second from the line. And Manu has dealt with injuries through his career. The Spurs trying to rein him in at times. They've forbidden him to play for the Argentinian national team.
Over his strong protest, that roster for Argentina, known as the Golden Generation, with an incredible gold medal winning team and rightfully a huge source of pride for Manu Ginobili.
Now here's Mills. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Lee, that's good. Trailblazers leading by 9. Here's Napier. 5 points in the game. Here's Vonleh. Rebound San Antonio. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the first. And Mills kicks to Lee. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Offensive rebound. Spurs trail by 9. And here's Mills for 3. And Napier pulls it down. We've got 1:18 left here in the opening quarter. The feed to Leonard. Lee with the steal. And now the fast break. Ginobili with the ball. That shot is off. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Napier passes to Layman.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. He misses the free throw. And this Blazers team built around pick and roll offense.
Well, Lillard out on the pick and roll is just so devastating, not only in driving the ball, but his continued proficiency from the three-point line. But last year, I think C.J. McCollum surprised a lot of fans, maybe not a lot of coaches, but a lot of fans with his ability to play the combo guard spot, hit floaters, and be a consistent second scorer.
Portland leading by 7. Napier kicks to Connaughton. Here's Napier, covered by Mills. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the pass to Layman. The Trailblazers rebound. Vonleh's shot is good.
Now off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Spurs trail by 9. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Out to Lee. Wide open. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Connaughton passes to Napier. From 7. Can't hit that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. Portland out in front. They're up by 9. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And the Gasol brothers, Pau, talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud of what he's become as a basketball player and as a man.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA at this age.
Especially when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers. I mean, they traded him to Memphis for his brother. And that does all seem like fiction, doesn't it?
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
it's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Second chance points are wild cards. You never know when you're going to get them, and they always seem to affect the outcome of the game.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Manu is at the 2 with Leonard playing the 3. Laverne out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Mills in at the 1. The Spurs making a switch here. Parker's checked in, and he's good on the second. You played for, what was it, 6 different teams of your terrific career. We're seeing less and less players remain on the same team for their entire career. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing for the game of basketball?
I think it's a thing that just can't be avoided nowadays with the way the contracts and free agency are set up and the way the teams like to maneuver around. One of the things, Kevin, I think that's taken effect is a quick trigger from a lot of the younger owners that the NBA has, where they don't have immediate success. They're not willing to go the patient route and wait for guys to develop, wait for guys to see their talent and come to fruition with the team that they're with. And so you'll continue to see plenty of player movement as the league moves on.
It's stolen by Aminu. Napier dishes to Leonard. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Stolen by Gay. Parker inside. And good that time.
Well, even with the defense right in his face, Parker is just in his comfort zone down inside with that look.
I got ball. Here's Napier. 5 points in the game. Connaughton kicks to Leonard. Pass to Connaughton. Hits the front of the rim and out.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And Leonard has it in the corner. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. 9 points for Leonard.
Yeah, the assist by Parker, just brilliant. Really seeing his teammates out there.
Leonard with a screen on Leonard. Harkless the pass to Leonard. And stolen by Gay. In transition, here come the Spurs. Gay with the ball.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
That's how you draw it up. Each guy doing his part. Beautiful fast break.
So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Myers Leonard. Turner comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Damian Lillard in for Shabazz Napier. San Antonio also making some changes. Saul comes in for Laverne, and it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. And Rudy Gay, extremely versatile, has the size and athleticism to play a number of positions. He produces, but for some reason, you know, Greg, people always seem to want more out of the guy.
Yeah, some of the disrespect I think he deals with is because he hasn't played on a lot of winning teams. Greater efficiency and tougher defense are a couple of areas where he's still trying to improve.
Deflects the pass. Clock at 4. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Parker's shot is off.
Well, he has more than enough strength to fight through the D and convert that one. I'm surprised he came up short there.
Gasol with the steal. It's tipped, but they recover it. 2 points, that one goes.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Frank, you look at how the Spurs played last season, and any other season they might have had the best record in the league.
Well, they did have the best record that Greg Popovich has had as a coach with San Antonio, with 67 wins. And it was under the radar because of the Warriors' historic mark last year with 73. But it was the first time in history that the NBA had 2 different 35-win teams at the midway point of the season. It set up the stage for an epic showdown, and really some people let down that never happened.
Parker against Lillard. Parker dishes to Leonard. Feeds it to Gasol. Nurkic with the block.
Is this basketball or volleyball? Nurkic with the spike.
And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his first foul. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Trailblazers leading by 3. And Lillard kicks to Turner. Gasol against Nurkic. Puts it up from 12. The shot, no good. Spurs have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know Greg Popovich uses a lot of different tools to motivate his players. Sometimes it's the things he doesn't say that works best. Popovich said, sometimes in timeouts, I'll say, I've got nothing for you. We just turned it over 6 times. Everybody's holding the ball. What do you want me to do? Figure it out. And I'll get up and walk away because it's true. It's on them. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. That accountability goes a long way. And Lillard gets to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. Spurs trail by 5. Now here's Parker. Aldridge, the pass to Parker. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Parker's got his second bucket.
And Parker just super efficient at shooting from inside the paint with shots like that one.
Back to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 3 rebounds now in this one. From deep, Green. A second chance effort. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
He fought for that second possession, then went right back up with it.
For San Antonio, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And it's tied up with that one.
And LaMarcus at 6'11" is capable of playing both the power forward spot and, as the league moves forward, the center position. He favors playing the 4, but that versatility was huge in the Spurs signing him and keeping him around, something every team would value.
San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Pass to Parker. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And it's Aldridge missing. Trailblazers have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Screen by Nurkic. Dishes to Lillard. Back to Turner. Lets it go from the wing. And the shot no good, a bit short. And when you talk about Aldridge at the 4 or at the 5, Brent, which position do you think he's best in?
Well, Kevin, seeing the league going smaller and smaller, he's more skilled, I think, than most centers at that 5 spot. He's got great foot speed, lateral movement's good, and he can stay in front of the smaller players, and that enables him to stay big against small ball lineups.
And Portland has possession after the basket by San Antonio. Here's Nurkic. Gasol with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Back to Parker. Beyond the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
Portland no good that time either. Here's San Antonio. They're on an 18-6 run. Kicks it to Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
Now a timeout called by Portland. One thing that Greg is often underappreciated about Pau Gasol is just how aware he is out on the floor, not only on the defensive end, how he'll help out, but also his vision as a passer on the offensive side.
Really, Kevin, one of the best passing bigs to ever play the game, and it's a part of why he's been the crux of so many offenses. Very good at identifying and exploiting a mismatch for himself or others. Never forces things on offense and always takes what the team's given.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Noah Vonleh comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu, and Layman subbed in for Harkless. Mills, he's checked in for the Spurs. Lillard from outside. Rebound San Antonio. Gasol's got 6 rebounds in the game.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Here's Green, and it's Green with the jam.
And for a guy who once had few, if any, dribble drive skills coming into the league, you have to like Green's aggressiveness.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Turner with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
first 3 of the quarter and 3rd overall, guys. The defense might want to step up just a little bit on him from this point on.
Now here's Mills. Green dishes to Mills.
Well, if Parker is the slower point guard at this point, Patty Mills comes in and definitely changes the pace for the Spurs. Out of Australia, a shoot-first guard who can hit off the bounce and off the catch, and so that three-point shooting ability puts pressure on teams. He's also a pest defensively, likes to get up and into guys.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good. Mills.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
He doesn't get the second one.
The Australian-born Patty Mills, former second-round pick. Who knew Mills would someday win an NBA championship? Well, the Spurs did.
And the foul called on Daniel Green. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And Lillard kicks to Vonleh.
So big and instinctive, Aldridge does a great job of getting in position to contest that shot.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now here's Mills, covered by Lillard. And Green with the basket on the assist by Mills. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Lillard with it. Now Green defending. There's the dish to Vonleh. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
You know, Brent, the slam dunk, maybe the most dynamic play in the game. You've got your highlight reel dunkers and your game dunkers. And you've won the dunk contest yourself back in '96. Who are your favorite dunkers in the league right now?
I think the guy I enjoy the most, Kevin, is Russell Westbrook. And it's mostly because of what he does to the rim on his dunk attempts. I mean, there's an incredible violence to what he does in the best way possible.
Torque.
The way that he gets to the rack.
It's amazing. Explosive. He explodes to the rack.
Yeah, and there's a little power and a little anger involved, and all that mixed together makes for one great highlight.
Violent, you're right.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
Now here's Lillard. He's coming off a 25-point game against Dallas.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
Here's Mills after the basket by Noah Vonleh. Good looking screen by Gasol. And Leonard has it in the corner. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Leonard's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Here's Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Well, the versatility of Lillard there, you try to cut him off on the driving lane and he'll bury you from mid-range.
Turner with the steal. Pass to Layman. A 3-ball. Here's Nurkic. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And it's a result of the defense not doing its job in the low post, boxing out and preventing second chance points. When you see Nurkic out there, as skilled as he is, still the thing that baffles you is his size. A legit 7-footer. He weighs 280, depending on what he had for dinner. But he's got great skill, and they're still exploring it in Denver.
A different look now for Portland. Leonard, he's checked in for Nurkic. Pat Connaughton comes in for Evan Turner. And it's Napier in for Lillard. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Lee comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Rudy Gay's checked in for Leonard. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green. And thinking about Nurkic and his size, Brent, he definitely doesn't fit the spot-up Euro big man profile we've seen.
No, he's one of those guys who enjoys the contact, and anytime he can get it, he'll be in there. Can spot up with the jump shot if he needs that. He likes to throw his weight around on the inside, and he does. He makes the most of his size.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
That free throw good from Laverne.
And this Blazers team, although dynamic offensively, defense is where they have the most room to improve. Don't get me wrong, they weren't awful there, but that's got to be a little bit more of their focus.
He's perfect from the line this time. You talk about the Blazers defense. Brent, where specifically do they need to improve?
Well, there's probably two areas, Kevin, where you can be much better. First off is just positional defense, where you have guys in the right spot on possessions just to make them difficult for the offensive team. And then the second part about that is no cheap, reaching, easy fouls. Those are just bailout possessions that help out your opponent.
Shots good by Mills.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Layman pass to Napier. He can't hit that time. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. We've got 1:13 left in the first half. Mills dishes to Gay. Shot clock at 6 with the fadeaway. The shot will not fall. Trailblazers trail by 9. To the middle. Here's Vonleh. It's deflected.
Excellent anticipation from Laverne with the block. He constantly sends back shots with some velocity.
There's 53 seconds left in the second quarter.
That thought process was after he hit that first three, he'd be in great shape, but he looks way off right now.
And Mills kicks to Gay. He feeds it to Laverne. Gay passes to Laverne. Mills in the corner. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, real quick. They got to get a shot off almost right away.
To the middle. And Laverne throws it down.
Well, there's a couple things that Patty is working on to be a better player in this league, and finding the open man is one of them.
Here's Napier. He has 5. He kicks to Vonleh. Up in time. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so we conclude the first half. Spurs lead by 11. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's been a grinded-out game. What have you seen from your team so far?
Well, we're competing. You know, neither team's really shooting the ball that well, but both teams are playing hard.
Energy always leads to good results. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
Well, their offense is running straight through Sugar K. Leonard, a.k.a. Kawhi Leonard, and it's a very good thing. He's lighting it up. You can be sure we'll see more of the same from Sugar K. Leonard in the second half.
And Kenny, what did you see from Portland?
Well, it's good to be physical, but there's a line that you don't want to cross. You can't constantly give up free throw chances by fouling guys too aggressively. You have to get back in this game by staying poised, smart, and avoid fouling.
It is just about time now for the third quarter to begin. After the final buzzer sounds, the three of us will still be sitting here talking to you.
Actually, it's 4 people.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And the approach in that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense, put them on the heels, and you're either going to score or get to the line.
Yeah, every drive has been decisive, and defenders just not keeping up with them. They are having to foul him.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Damian Lillard out there with Turner. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Harkless in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And it's Green missing. And for Portland, they're shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. Plenty of space. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, you want your guys to attack with confidence, but that's just a bad look.
Green missing again.
Yeah, it's tough. His shot's been off today. Luckily, his team still has the edge in the game so far.
Spurs leading by 9. Parker kicks to Green. Gasol is screen on Turner. Green dishes to Gasol. Fires it up. And that one hits back iron.
Yeah, they just cannot seem to throw it in the ocean right now. 0 of 3 from the field is not what they wanted.
They get it back. Nurkic. Good work defensively by Gasol.
Yeah, the offense a bit out of sync here to begin the half. They just seem a step behind. 1 of 4 so far.
Here's Leonard. And Gasol slams it in.
And really, Gasol just never stops attacking the boards, just utterly relentless at pounding the glass.
Lillard outside. He dishes it to Turner. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And the Spurs, known as an organization for their diligence and discipline. It's all about their results and certainly about the accountability from coach to player, and more importantly, Kevin, from player to player.
The Trailblazers have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And he makes the first but misses the second. And you talk about the Spurs culture. They seem totally unconcerned with who gets the limelight. In fact, Brett, they seem to avoid it.
Yeah, there always is this idea that they dance around those spotlights until it's the biggest of stages. But the team really does have just one agenda, Kevin, and that is becoming the best basketball team that they can by the end of the season. And in some years, that means championships. And in other years, it means just contending for a title. But every year, they're making that push.
Here's Parker. Al-Farouq Aminu picking up that last basket. Here's Leonard. Portland grabs the miss. Aminu's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kawhi Leonard keeps getting better year after year. 2014 Finals MVP said, "I'm very confident with where I'm at. Every time I step on the floor now, I know I can be a factor." Offensively, defensively, shooting threes, working my way into the post, setting other guys up. Kevin, he can do it all.
He's grown into that role of franchise player, D.A. Great stuff. Thank you. Lillard with the rebound.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
The only way you're going to challenge him in that situation, you have to attack with more power.
Now here's Harkless. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Here's Parker. 6-point lead. At the elbow, it's Aldridge. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Parker.
Even though Parker is slowing down a bit because of his age, the Spurs are looking more and more to sort of hide him on defense, cross-match him with guys. There's no doubt, though, that that experience and veteran savvy is still something they'll lean on the offensive end.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops in for Tony Parker.
And Parker just so skilled at marching his way to the stripe. He just has an endless amount of cunning moves that consistently frustrate the opposition.
And Parker drops them both. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Aminu with a screen for Lillard. Now here's Harkless. Defense right on him. One-on-one here. And the wide open shot from Green. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Green's got 6. And as Parker loses a little of that blinding speed, we see a few less layups, a few more of his trademark floaters.
And even, Kevin, some extended range there from the three-point line. He's made that shot a bigger part of his arsenal. They seek him out in the corners, much like Jason Kidd did in Dallas in the later part of his career.
You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, they might want to think about doubling him, maybe tripling him. I'm not sure what's going to work. Right now, he's hitting everything.
And a chance now to review the shot chart.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. Off the inbound, no good. Spurs leading by 10. Parker kicks to Green, and Green slams it in.
Look, it's a broken record game plan on Green to take away the outside shot. So what does he do? Wiggles inside and throws it down.
Lillard outside. Turner with the screen. And there's the feed to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 6 assists here tonight.
And that's exactly what you want. Height mismatch in close leads to the easy layup.
Aldridge a screen. They kick it out to Green. Green missing again. Trailblazers trail by 10. Here's Turner. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Now Parker. He has 6. Leonard on the wing. He's covered by Aminu. Here's Aldridge. Nails the 16-footer. Aldridge has got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs.
Well, the defender did his best to challenge the shot, but Aldridge with the focus to knock it down.
Nurkic a screen on Green. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. And when you talk about all-time career numbers, there is one name in NBA history that shows up time and time again. Wilt Chamberlain, Wilt the Stilt. With 23,924 rebounds, his name's synonymous with greatness on the basketball court.
And guys, I don't think there will ever be another player that will dominate their position like Wilt Chamberlain did. And it's those rebounding numbers that paint the picture the most clearly. I mean, Wilt averaged almost 23 rebounds a game. Not just over a season, folks, over the course of his entire career. 11 rebounding titles, and his career total just shy of 24,000. I mean, nobody in the modern era has even come close to that.
Leonard, he's checked in for Portland. San Antonio also making some changes. Lee comes in for Pau Gasol. And Rudy Gay is subbed in for Leonard. Trailblazers trail by 12. And Lillard throws it down.
And on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when they're trailing. But I think he's just trying to give his team a spark.
And what a dunk it was. And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Here's Aldridge. The Blazers getting the bucket. He gets that one.
Well, this is where all the years of experience come into play. Aldridge didn't enter the league with a great catch-and-shoot game, but he sure developed it.
The pass to Leonard. To the wing right side. And Turner kicks to Lillard. Back to Turner. There's a good screen. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Aminu. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner. Aminu's got 4 points in the quarter. San Antonio leading by 10. Outside, Green. Parker, right side. Banked in off the glass. Parker's got 8.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Yeah, buckling down on defense, the key here. No more easy buckets, no more layups. Has to be the mantra as they try to mount that comeback.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And you have to like what Danny Green, Brent, brings to the table defensively. Long arms. Very quick for his size. And he can defend 1 through 3.
Well, that's a pretty good tandem if you're suiting up next to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi takes the stronger guy, and Danny Green usually goes to the quickness defensively. And Green also a strong defensive rebounder and one of the better perimeter shot blockers in the game.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Laverne, he's checked in for Aldridge. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Rejected by Ginobili. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. Here's Connaughton. Pass to Layman. Leonard on the wing. 5 to shoot. That's tipped. Mills with the steal. And here's the break. Here's Gay. And finished off by Gay.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. After the basket by San Antonio. Vonleh. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And here's Mills. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Clock at 6. Gay passes to Mills. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Mills has got 5.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Trailblazers trail by 16. Here's Napier. He has 5. Passes it to Layman. Feeds to Napier. From beyond the arc. San Antonio with the rebound. In transition, here come the Spurs. Kept alive. Here's Laverne. Great D that time from Leonard.
He's certainly a threat to finish those opportunities with some style and flair, but the defense did a simply outstanding job preventing that from happening.
Here's Layman. But they get it back. Here's Napier. There's the pick. to the inside. Got a hand on it. Ginobili kicks to Lee. And Lehman pulls it down. Lehman's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Connaughton passes to Napier. Here's Vonleh. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. 10 points for him.
Still working on his post game. Vonleh using that giant 7'3" wingspan to full advantage.
Lee sets a screen for Ginobili. Picked by Lee. Beyond the arc. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. With the pause in the action, let's bring you the list of teams that have been lighting it up over the last 10 games. Number 5, the Spurs.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Napier, covered by Mills. Pass to Lehman, inside, Vonleh. Can't cash in from close range.
Really shocking he didn't take advantage of that golden opportunity there. He needs to be much better in that situation.
He just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
And this is where genetics may come into play, using that height, especially to get off the mid-range jumper.
Outside, Ginobili. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ginobili touched it last. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. You look at San Antonio, the season well underway, and they've been solid in 3rd right now. And, of course, Portland, and they're down 4 spots from them.
Yeah, and when you look at Portland, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far, they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
It's got to be frustrating for them so far this year. Anytime it's appeared that they're ready to break out, they've suffered some sort of regression. And it has them stuck right there in the middle of the standings.
Now here's Lee. Puts it up from 12. Portland grabs the miss. Leonard's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Connaughton.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Ginobili outside. Dishes it to Mills. Lee left side, kicks to LeBron, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
And with a moment, let's check out the stats for Ginobili. His last 10 games, he's putting up 9 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Connaughton kicks to Napier. Lets a floater go.
So his offense just has not been there tonight, and he needs to step up his game because there's still time to recover.
Ginobili with the 3. It's rebounded by Vonleh. Vonleh's got his 3rd rebound on the night. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Can't keep forcing things when you're not in a great rhythm. Move the ball.
There's the dish to Napier. Leonard with no one around. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Lehman's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, nicely done. Finding good opportunities inside. Priority 1.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Spurs. They're up by 8 from Portland. We're back in a moment. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Right now, we're playing 10. We're backing down. We're throwing soft passes. They're getting us in the hole. Be aggressive.
Typically a measured guy in this approach. Terry Stotts trying to turn up the heat on his guys.
And that's because he knows when his team is attacking, that's when they're able to go on those runs.
The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. On the floor for San Antonio, the defensive duo of Green and Leonard make up the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Parker in at the point guard position. Aldridge with a screen on Aminu. There's Green with the three. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Green's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Spurs. And Lillard kicks to Harkless. He feeds it to Napier. Nurkic a screen on Green. Here's Napier. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Green dishes to Parker. He kicks it to Leonard. Lets it go from 11. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
Got right up in his jersey. I thought they actually traded for him. Didn't allow separation. Just a terrific effort.
Now Parker. Al-Farouq Aminu missing on the three. Parker passes to Aldridge. And there it is for him. And the Spurs lead by 13.
A super high percentage shot from Aldridge there. Layups work.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Now here's Lillard. From downtown. Portland again missing. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. They get it back. Gasol. He dishes it to Parker. From deep, Green. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Aminu's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Puts up a 3. No good that time. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's Napier. Great D that time from Green. Spurs leading by 13. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Back to Parker. Good looking screen by Gasol. Here's Leonard. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Shooting one.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Turner's checked in. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
And just another area where Kawhi continues to improve. One of the better free throw shooters in the league now, especially at the small forward spot. Well, that's one of his best attributes. It's his passes hit guys in stride.
Parker outside. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Parker up top, covered by Lillard. Parker dishes to Leonard.
You're always going to hear about Aminu's defense first. Quick and physical. Loves to get up and challenge shooters.
Turner against Green. Turner passes to Nurkic. Rejected by Gasol. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Just 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And that one drops.
Nice unselfish dish there, right where his teammate could do something with it.
San Antonio leading by 12. There's the feed to Aldridge. Leonard on the wing. Turner with the steal. Inside. Here's Harkless. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That's good from Harkless.
And Pop now in his 2nd decade as head coach of the Spurs, closing in on the 3rd decade with the team overall. Incredible to see that kind of longevity for a coach with one team.
Harkless hits them both. And you think of Popovich's tenure since he took over the Spurs back in 1996. There have been over 220 head coaching changes in the NBA. That's amazing.
That's just incredible stuff, Kevin. And so many people throughout the Spurs family tree of coaches have been hired not only to be on the bench, but as general managers of teams. So the brain trust of San Antonio and the branches of that franchise, boy, there's touches of it all over the NBA.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Here's Turner. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Green. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Daniel Green. And both free throws good for Evan Turner. So it's San Antonio now. At one point they led by 16. Good looking screen by Gasol. Parker with it. Lillard picks him up. In the corner it's Aldridge. 6 to shoot. Fade away. Gets that one through the hole. Make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
And Lillard kicks to Turner. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
They throw good, Evan Turner. Spurs leading by 5. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Good looking screen by Gasol. Here's Leonard. Again, Leonard missing.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Aminu. Misses off the right iron. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard.
Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
Parker inside, covered by Lillard. Parker dishes to Aldridge, and Aldridge slams it in.
Well, another poster shot. Aldridge using his size and length to throw that one down hard.
And here are the Trailblazers. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Aminu misses.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Aminu against Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Turner passes to Lillard. And it's good for 2. Lillard's got 19 points.
Well, the years keep going on, and Lillard keeps getting better and more confident at finishing inside.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Spurs leading by 7. And now the fast break. Ginobili with the ball. Knocked away. The pass to Leonard. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu. And certainly LaMarcus Aldridge has the capability to be a go-to scorer. But, Brett, he takes a lot of mid-range contested jump shots. Those aren't historically really Spurs types of shots.
Well, it's been interesting, Kevin, because LaMarcus Aldridge is so good at the mid-range that it's made Popovich rethink some of his offensive calibration, and they've searched him out in the spots where he's best. I think his comfort level continues to rise inside of this offense, and he'll get more and more efficient.
free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Lillard dishes to Turner. Lillard with a screen for Turner. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. Outside Turner. Fires from deep. Poked away.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Parker. It's deflected. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Lillard with the ball. Harkless the pass to Aminu. Nurkic kicks to Turner. Screen by Nurkic. Up off the screen. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Brent, one thing you have to like about Jusuf Nurkic is that he plays with some edge to his game. I remember a moment where he scored on a defender, felt they tried to flop, and then handed the ball to them as they laid on the ground.
I love the confidence that he shows. He's a space eater, and he clogs up the lane, and then sometimes he just shows you he's got deft touch and soft hands, so some untapped potential as he gets better.
Free throw good. Nurkic. Leonard, he's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. That one misses. Spurs leading by 8. Parker with a clean look. And it's Parker again missing.
Yeah, I know the shot's been off just a smidge tonight, but he's contributed in other ways to help his team have the lead in this game so far.
And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. Outside Leonard. That's a 2 from Lillard.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Look, if they want any shot at winning this game, he has to be better out there.
Pass to Aldridge. Good looking screen by Gasol. Aldridge kicks to Gasol. Nurkic with the steal. That's a 2 from Lillard. Knocked loose.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, his confidence really nowhere to be found right now, and he's lost all rhythm in that jumper.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
That one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Second player taken in the 2006 NBA draft, Aldridge has been an all-star multiple times and one of the game's most prolific scorers over the past decade.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Trailblazers trail by 9. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Coach Terry Stotts was on the staff back in 2011 when the Dallas Mavericks won the NBA title. Before that, head coaching stints both in Atlanta and Milwaukee, just getting better and better, and you can see the way his teams respond to his coaching ability.
And the first one drops. And Terry Stotts, a Coach of the Year candidate for the last few seasons, the head man up in Portland. You see a lot of coaching turnover in the league, but he's built some equity in Portland with the Blazers.
Well, not only did he have success with a team that a lot of people thought was going to be together for a long time, a radical shift in their player personnel you would think would take a coach out of their situation. It didn't. It actually reinforced how good a coach Terry Stotts is. And it'll be interesting to see how far he can push these guys with Lillard and McCollum in that backcourt.
Now here's Leonard. Parker outside. Three-pointer. Portland grabs the miss. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Harkless with it. Gasol covering. Turner dishes to Lillard. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 11 rebounds in the game.
Man, he's missing those kind of good looks. His team is in some serious trouble.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Maybe a great run of games coming here. Let's see if he can keep building on this performance.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Now here's Harkless. Lillard, right side. Here's Leonard, and he lays it straight in.
Well, he can be a good finisher at times in the paint. Leonard with the size and length to do more of this.
Spurs leading by 8. Feeds to Aldridge. Outside Leonard. Aldridge with a screen on Turner. Up top Leonard. Turner covering. And he gets it to go. 28 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And just a little bit ragged defensively.
Not one of their better efforts, as you can tell by the score. They've been low energy for most of the night.
Now here's Lillard. They set the pick. Passes it to Turner. Down low. Over in the corner, Harkless. From deep. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 1:49 left in the 4th quarter. Parker kicks to Aldridge. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, pick a tool out of the toolbox. The sheer number of Aldridge's move inside make him so hard not to foul.
So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game here. There's 1:38 left to play here in the 4th. Lillard against Parker. Lillard, the pass to Leonard. And again, it's Portland converted.
This is where the remake of his game is paying off. Leonard now one of the better catch-and-shoot bigs in the NBA.
Spurs leading by 7. Leonard kicks to Parker. Back to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Pass to Gasol. It's tipped. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Spurs making a change here. Ginobili's checked in. And 1:01 left in the game. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. And it's Lillard missing.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Leonard again. against Turner. Outside Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Good on the first, and that trims the lead to 6.
Now, he's great getting to the free throw line, but Lillard also typically does something with the opportunity. High percentage shooter.
The free throw is good from Lillard. And that's an intentional foul.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shot.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. And Turner kicks to Lillard. Shot and game clock separated by 5. The shot by Harkless no good. And now we've got the intentional foul. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What do you think, guys?
You know, I think he's just trying to send his team a message, you know, not willing to give up on this game just yet. Just trying to instill that fight in this group.
Well, you still can't control the outcome, only playing your hardest moment to moment. That's what he's getting through to them now.
Longley, the pass to Lehman. Fires the 3. Wilcox can't hit. Gay outside. Mills with it. And so it's San Antonio with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
LaMarcus, a stat-filling performance for you individually, and the team was in sync. How did that happen?
Playing defense. So I thought in the second half, you know, our defense was, a whole lot better. You know, I thought, I played well up there too. So, I just went to work tonight.
Well, LaMarcus, congratulations on a fine performance. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard. He lit up the scoreboard in the fourth. Guys were scrambling around trying to match up with him. He was in too much of a groove to be messed with.
From the small forward position, Kawhi Leonard does just about what anyone else has done in the history of the game. I mean, look, he defends, and then on the offensive end, he makes you guard him. Kawhi Leonard is a difference maker on both ends of the floor.
At home, Ernie, on the road, Kenny, doesn't matter. This guy is impossible to handle when he gets rolling. Crowd was doing his best to fire this guy up and get him to respond, but nothing worked. He was too much for him. Great night from a great, great player.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.